When in that whole process, those first 3 or 4 months, does the builder really kind of make their decision on what spray foam contractor they're going to go with?
It depends. I mean, I think that if you're dealing with a track home builder, that's a completely different story. That was probably, contracted 6 months, a year, 2 years in advance. If you're dealing with custom, normally what they do is they give a custom builder will issue a set of drawings to insulation contractors, whether that's somebody that they're currently working with or to others out there that are on their bid list. And once they're starting to put the numbers together to provide a number for the home buyer, or if it's a spec house for them to determine what the insulation is going to cost, they'll do it, months before they start construction. But it differs. There's no set in stone kind of timing that they would do it. I mean, it could be a year in advance. It could be like you could show up and it's ready to insulate in 2 weeks, and the general contractor or the home builder is like, man, I haven't contracted the insulation yet because they've been trying to get a better number. So it varies, but you're not going to know until you start going out there and work the market to determine what builders are doing.
Yeah. Let's talk about takeoffs, and what are some of the pitfalls that some of the bidding estimating guys might run into out there when doing a takeoff?
It's interesting that my dad always said you can give 10 insulation estimators one house to do a takeoff on, and you're going to get 10 different answers. He said, everybody is typically within that 5 to 7% range, not price, but 5 to 7% range of a takeoff. The biggest thing is that people that don't know how to calculate a roof deck, not knowing what the pitch of the roof is it a 312? Is it a 1212? Is it a 1012? If they say, well, the flat attic is 1,200 square feet, the Southwest is really the only major market that has flat roofs. Everywhere else has some type of pitched roof. So the big thing is when you're doing a takeoff for spray foam is making sure that you calculate the roof deck properly, as well as the gable ends. That's a big thing. If those are the pitfalls, Alan, and knowing where the building envelope starts and stops. That's another big thing. Or if you've got a house that has a garage attached to it and you've got an open attic area from the main attic of the house into that garage, well, 99% of garages are not heated and cooled. So you have to put some type of break between the main attic of the house and the garage. So you have to separate that because the foam is separating conditioned, from outside unconditioned. So if the garage is not going to be a conditioned space, you have to separate that in the attic. And a lot of people don't pay close enough attention to do that, to know that, hey, we really need to make sure that this is separated. Or if they include the garage in it, that's a good way to lose the bid on the house, because more than likely you're going to be several $100s or maybe several $1,000s over on your price because you didn't determine where the building envelope started and stopped.